Hi students, welcome to grade 8 chemistry classes. Today we are going to start the very first chapter of chemistry, that is synthetic fibers and plastic. Before starting this chapter, that is synthetic fibers and plastic, we will recall some points that we have studied in 6th standard, that is fibers. Do you remember this term fibers? Okay, in 6th standard we have discussed what is fiber, and at that day, at that class we have classified these fibers into two. Which are they? Fibers can be classified into natural fibers, natural and synthetic fibers. So we can classify the fibers into natural fibers and synthetic fibers. This synthetic fiber is having another term or name, that is artificial fiber or man-made fiber. So in simple way we can say that fibers can be classified into natural fibers and synthetic or artificial or man-made fibers. So let's look into what is natural fiber. Natural fibers can be classified, or natural fibers can be explained or defined like the fibers which is obtained from nature, such as cotton, wool, etc. So what do you mean by cotton? Listen, we know that cotton is obtained, it's a fiber, right? It's a fiber. It is obtained from cotton plant, and we will take, we'll take cotton from cotton plant, and we will make that into smaller threads or longer threads, and by using that threads we will make fabric. So we can say that we are using cottons or fabric made out of cotton. If you are taking the case of wool is also an example for natural fibers. So what is the case of wool? Wool is obtained from animals. Normally it is obtained from animals. We will take wool from animals, especially sheep, right? So we will take wool from animals and we will make that into smaller threads or longer threads. By using that threads we will make different kind of things like blankets, jackets, etc. And the third case is silk. We know that what is the origin of silk? Silk is obtained from silkworm. We know that, right? So from silkworm we will take threads, we will take silk and we will make that into smaller or longer threads, and by using that threads we will make dress materials, or silk is used in different area. So in nutshell we can say that natural fibers are obtained from nature. But we know that there is a problem, there is a limitation with this natural fiber. What is that limitation? The limitation is, listen, since it is obtained from nature, there is the availability is lesser, right? It is obtained from nature and availability is lesser. So at that point, scientists, they decided to make fibers which we can make in laboratory. So scientists thought in that way, and they found out certain fibers which can be made in laboratory. In this chapter we are going to discuss more things about synthetic fiber or artificial fibers or man-made fiber. Before moving to that synthetic fiber in details, we will look into the structure of fiber. What is the structure of fiber? Today the first topic we are going to discuss is structure of fibers. So structure of polymers. What is the structure of polymers? So in order to produce a new type of fibers, or scientists, they decided to make fibers in laboratory. So first of all they should know what is the structure of natural fibers. So they decided to observe and study the structure of natural fibers, and they found that structure of fiber. So in order to prepare synthetic fibers or man-made fibers, scientists, they decided to observe what is the exact structure of natural fiber. So they have taken different natural fibers such as cotton, silk, wool, etc. They have taken that and they observed the structure of those natural fibers in laboratory, and they found that it's interesting, right? It's interesting. The structure of natural fibers are interesting. When they observed that, they found that it's like a chain. It's like what? It's like chain. All natural fibers are like chain structures. So in order to get that idea what you mean by chain structures, we'll take one example. We'll consider chain, a chain made out of beads. We are familiar with that, right? A chain made out of beads, or we'll consider a chain of clips, paper clips. Imagine you got a chain made out of paper clips, or we'll consider a train. Okay, so train, if you are considering a train, we know that it's made out of smaller bogies, not actually smaller, but if you compare the size of a train, the size of bogies are smaller. So in simple way, we can say that trains are made out of smaller units or smaller bogies. The same thing is happening in chain of beads. If you are taking a chain of bead, we can say that each beads are the units or building blocks of a chain, and the same thing is applied in the case of chain of a paper clip. If we are having a paper clip chain, we can say that simple paper clips are the building blocks of that paper clip chain. So in nutshell, they said that structures of fibers is like chain. What is that? Chain. So they said that structures of fibers is like similar to chain, and they said when they observed cotton, when they observed wool, when they observed silk, they found that there are smaller units, and these smaller units are connected to each other, and these smaller units, they call it as monomer. What they have called monomer. And you will be wondering how they got this name monomer. Actually, mer means unit. So what do you mean by mer? It means unit, and mono, we know that mono means single. So each single units are known as monomers. So we can say that this, and listen, we know that mono means single, and if you are connecting different monomers, if you are connecting symbol units, we call it as polymer. What do you mean by poly? It is many. Listen, if you are having single unit, it is known as monomer, and if you are connecting different units, it is known as polymer. It is known as polymer. In nutshell, we can say that earlier we have taken 3 examples, which are we have taken the examples of train. Example of train. Listen, in example of train is the polymer, or bogies are the monomers. Why monomer? Because these are the single units. And if you are taking if you are considering chain out of beads, each single beads are example of monomers, or they are the monomers of, and chain of beads is known as polymer. And the third case, clips, paper clips chain, and the paper clip chains are polymers, and each paper clips are monomers. I hope that point is clear. And how we are considering this idea in structures of synthetic fibers. Listen, they have observed the structure of natural fibers, and they found that in natural fibers, different units are connected. Same, this unit is similar to this one. This is similar to this one. All these units, all these monomers are similar. Listen, we have taken the examples, we have taken 3 examples in order to give you an idea what is the exact structure of natural fiber. Listen, one more thing. By using that concept, they have prepared different fibers in laboratory, and those fibers are known as synthetic fibers, or man-made fibers or artificial fibers. We will consider some examples of polymers. Listen, first example is polythene. Okay, this is polythene, or listen, we are familiar with this one, right? Polythene. Actually, polythene is actual term of polythene is polyethylene. So there will be a question in examination. We know that from the term itself, it is clear that polythene is an example for polymer. Now there is a question: what is the monomer present in polyethylene? Listen, what will be the structure of polyethylene? Listen, imagine these are the units. These are the units connected each other. Listen, these are the units connected each other. And each single units, we already know that each single units are known as monomers. And here in case of polyethylene, from the term itself, poly means many, ethylene means these are the monomers. Single units here are known as ethylene. This is also ethene, and this one is also ethene. So if they are asking what is the structure of polyethylene, we can draw it like this. Different units are connected to each other, and these different units are known as ethene. Or there will be a question, what is the name of monomer present in polyethylene? What is the name of that monomer? Ethene. And when these ethenes are connected, different ethenes are connected, such type of structures are known as polyethylene. I hope that point is clear to you. And we will consider another example. One is polyethylene. Second example is polystyrene. This one is also an example of polymer, and this is familiar to you because there are many uses, there are many applications of styrene in our day-to-day life. And polystyrene, there are two types of question. Name the monomer present in polystyrene. Listen, second question will be draw the structure of polystyrene. So from the name itself, it is clear that polystyrene means many styrenes are connected. Poly means many, styrene means monomers. These many monomers, styrenes are connected, we will get polystyrene. In this case, the structure will be like this one, right? Styrene, and this one is also styrene, and this one is also styrene. Okay, listen, this will be the structure of polystyrene. I hope the point is clear to you. We'll consider last example, not the last example, we will consider one more example, that is polyvinyl chloride. What is this? Polyvinyl chloride. The term itself says that polyvinyl chloride is an example for polymer. And what is the name of the monomer present here? Listen, from the earlier examples, it is clear that in order to get a monomer from polymer, you can do one thing, just remove that term poly. So while we are removing the term poly, we'll get vinyl chloride. And what is the name of monomer here? What will be the monomer present in polyvinyl chloride? Just remove the term poly, and that is vinyl chloride. And polyvinyl chloride is also known as, or in abbreviation, in short form, we call it as PVC. It's having many applications in our day-to-day life. I hope it is clear. Listen, in a nutshell, we can say that polymers are made out of combination of smaller units, and this is the structure of natural fibers. And what is the structure of natural fiber? That is polymers. And by looking at the structure of natural fiber, scientists, they made different synthetic fibers. Listen, PVC is an example of synthetic fiber, and earlier we have discussed polyethylene. It is also an example for synthetic fiber. Polystyrene is an example for synthetic fiber. Listen, never think that all the time polymers will have that poly term. No, I'll give you one example, that is cotton. We know that cotton is an example for natural fiber, but you will not find poly. And you know what is the polymer present in cotton? That is cellulose. What is that? Cellulose. Listen, in cotton we will find polymer called cellulose, and there will be a question, name the monomer present in cellulose. That is glucose. So glucose is the monomer present in cellulose. Listen, cellulose is an example for polymer. You will not find the word poly in cellulose. So you have to keep one thing in your mind. Listen, normally in polymers you will see the term poly, like polystyrene, polyethylene, polyvinyl chloride, etc. But there are certain polymers which you will not find the term poly. Example is cotton. In cotton, cellulose is the polymer in which glucose is the monomer. I'll give you one more example, that is nylon 6. It's another polymer where you will not find the term poly. So there will be a question, what is the monomer present in nylon 6? That is caprolactam. So keep these points in your mind. So far we have discussed structure of polymers. Listen, structure of polymers. So scientists, they have decided to observe the structure of what natural fibers, they found that natural fibers are having a structure called polymers, or in a nutshell we can say that polymers means many different units or many different monomers are connected together to get polymers. This is the exact structure of natural fiber. By using that concept, they have decided to make artificial fibers or man-made fibers. So we are going to discuss details about synthetic fibers. So what are the things that we have discussed today? We discussed about fibers and we classify the fibers into two, which are the natural fibers and synthetic fibers. And natural fibers, what was the definition of natural fiber? Fibers which is obtained from nature. Then we discussed the classification of synthetic fiber, the fibers which is obtained which is obtained synthetically or artificially. And later we just look into the examples of natural fibers. Then we have discussed what is the structure of fibers. Listen, fibers, in order to get an idea how to make a synthetic fiber, scientists decided to observe the structure of fibers or natural fibers, and we observed that the structures of fibers are polymer-like, and in polymer we found different monomers are connected. So in next class, by using the concept of polymer, scientists, they have made synthetic fibers. So what are the properties of those synthetic fiber, that we will discuss in next class. Bye.